funny how often we take electricity for granted. It's melted so easily into our daily lives that we forget how reliant we are on power to work, communicate, and engage with our world.
It's 5:30 here at Princeton University. Students around campus will be studying for at least the next 6 hours.
But what if we didn't have access to electricity? What if our world all of a sudden became dark?
Oh, crap.
Life would be a bit different, wouldn't it?
For the past 3 decades, the nation of Afghanistan has been plagued by instability and violence. Conflict has compounded the challenges of economic development, and today Afghanistan faces significant systemic problems that include widespread illiteracy, insecurity, poverty, corruption, and drug trafficking.
The geography is one problem, and then the security is another problem, and lack of access to markets and lack of access, so the interconnectivity. We should not forget that Afghanistan had till 2002 no street system, no road system. And even today, a road doesn't mean a road like in us here. Afghanistan has no railroad. Afghanistan had till 2002 only 38 telephone lines, the whole country. These impediments are obviously negatively affecting development.
Electricity, of course, is the power source for this century. So, if insofar as Afghans can get electricity, it changes their life. You're condemning people to a medieval life if they don't have electricity. You can't keep medicines. People don't have access to information. People are limited in their activities by the presence of the sun, which means in the winter they have a very short day and they have to go to bed at night because they don't have any source of information. They can't do anything except when the sun is out. It's the way people lived for centuries, but the way we have not lived for the last few centuries. Going back to the geography, to run a power line in New Jersey on a flat plain is one thing. To run a power line across the mountains of Afghanistan where there's no road or access of any kind is a completely different thing. So one of the things you do then is you don't depend on a grid, you can work on independent sources of power supply.
Fewer than 15% of Afghanis have access to electricity. Most depend on the continual purchase of kerosene to light their homes. We plan to sell affordable $15 personal solar panels capable of powering a light bulb, a cell phone, and a radio. This technology already exists, but we plan to modify similar products and drop the cost by distributing through NGOs on the ground and by partnering with local cell phone providers like Afghan Wireless.
One panel, a person can light up a light bulb, charge a cell phone, and power up a radio. With one light, we can increase education by allowing students to read at night, to study. We can allow parents to work later than they normally would be able to when the sun goes down, and by doing so increase their profits to buy maybe a second panel or a third panel, all while increasing their profits. With a radio, people can have access to more information on how to increase their profits through farming, or how to access new markets, or about events that are going on around them. With a cell phone, we can increase connectivity and create access to markets which they currently lack. By allowing people access to markets, we can increase their incentive to grow non-poppy products such as pomegranates and nuts, which are actually much more valuable. By doing so, and having less poppy grown for the Taliban, we can decrease the funding to the Taliban, which is going to weaken the Taliban, which will increase security and spur further investment in Afghanistan.
Of course, it would be a tremendous advantage and something that could be done with solar powering units. I have a little radio here that I was given when I was in Afghanistan that works on solar power. Okay, so then people get information. If it's a cell phone, even better. You can do imagery. You can get the news. You can talk to people everywhere else. It's not hard. This is something that could be done and should be done.